building your brand in 2021. Here's how to blow it up. I'm gonna give you 5 tips for blowing up your brand in 2021. Here we go. Tip number 1, clarify your message. This is one of the most basic things you need to do to build a brand. It's something that most business owners overlook because it's widely understood. If you're not in branding, you don't quite know what this means, but clarifying that message is key. Here's a couple of things you can do to do it quickly to get that brand going. First, think about what you stand for. You know, I'm sure in doing what you do, there's plenty of things you love about your industry, but there's also plenty of things that you loathe about it, things you can't stand, things that other guys do that you swore you'd never do. So give it some thought and think about something you stand for, something you will not tolerate. The old saying goes that if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And people are attracted to you when they know what you stand for. You're going to attract those people who agree and repel those who disagree. And that's awesome because you want to attract the lovers. Next, what's the one thing you do differently? What's the one thing you do differently than anybody else in your business? I'll give you a hint. It's not customer service or satisfaction guaranteed or money back guarantee or years in business. Although these are great things to have in your repertoire to be able to say, it's not a point of differentiation. So you've got to give it some thought. It could be something really small, but you've got to think about that one thing that you do differently and you got to hang your hat on it. You got to amplify it all the time. You got to make it the thing that stands out that you can point to say, this is what truly makes us different. Number 2, and this one is simple. So simple that most people won't do it because it's too simple. But yet it takes work, it takes effort to enforce it on a regular basis in your brand every single day, everywhere you go. What is it? Color. Pick a signature color. It doesn't really matter what the color is necessarily, although there are plenty of colors that have different emotions and convey different things. The thing is, when you choose a signature color and you make it a part of everything you do, from what you wear to accessories to the backdrop in your video to the color of the pen you use, if you use a signature color everywhere you go, it's a visual trigger to people that will be the trigger to your brand every time they see it. Now, what makes it so simple is what makes it so easy to overlook. You've got to look at it this way. Visuals are the biggest trigger to linking us to certain things. When we see a certain color enough, we associate it with that thing we've seen it on most. The reason it's difficult is this, and I posed this question to somebody I knew who I was coaching. I said to him, pick a signature color and use it all the time. I said, now it's going to be difficult to do because what happens when you're running off to a meeting, you hop in your car, you look down and whoops, you're not wearing your color. Here's the moment of truth. Are you going to go back inside, change your tie to your signature color, get back in the car and head to the meeting? Or are you going to say, forget it, it won't make a difference anyway? Wrong. But if you use that one thing on a consistent basis and hammer it, it will make a big difference in making your brand blow up in 2021. Number 3, get a unique look. This can go to hairstyle. It can go to, if you're a guy, facial hair or no facial hair, but you've got to have some sort of style. If you're a woman and you wear makeup, the way you do your makeup can attribute to your style. Whatever it is you use, whether male or female, whatever style cues that you can tweak to make your own, do it. It's a very simple thing where people will associate your look to your brand. Now, it's got to be in line. For instance, something you don't want to do. If you're in the financial services industry and you work for a largely conservative company, or your company that you own is very conservative, you don't want to show up with a green mohawk. You want to make sure that your look is in line with your brand and that it makes sense. Number 4, keep it cohesive. What does that mean? It's a consistency that in everywhere you amplify your brand, that it's going to feel the same. It's got to make sense everywhere you go. So across the color and your style and your website and your social media, everything you do, everything you write, say, record has to be consistent. It has to be a cohesive unit. You follow all these principles throughout and it creates cohesiveness, and it helps burn your brand into people's brains. And the fifth thing is this: amplify it everywhere. Everywhere you are, on social media, your voicemail, your email, everything you write, say, and record. You want to amplify it everywhere daily. Everywhere you do something on a daily basis. Now that doesn't mean you have to do everything daily necessarily, but every day you do something, you make sure you're amplifying your brand given the ways that I've shown you here. So when you combine the cohesiveness with the amplification, you're gonna build a strong brand. So there you go. 5 quick tips on how to blow up your brand in 2021. If you have any comments or questions, pop them below. I'll be sure to answer them. And if there's anything you want to see related to branding in 2021, drop those in the comments also, and I'll get to them and I'll make a video teaching you how to do it. And if you like this video, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell so you don't miss another brand video.